Welcome back. We're shifting our attention from power to road now. I'm being joined on the program by Mr. Devakumar Edwin. He's the Group Executive Director, Capital Projects and Portfolio Development at Dangote Industries Limited. We'll be talking road construction. Good morning to you, Mr. Edwin. Thank you for coming on the program. So a lot of conversation has actually started with regards using cement to construct roads. We had conversation a few weeks ago, and that was the case. Tell us what the cement giant, that is Dangote, is doing in this regard, because very recently they got a contract from the Federal Executive Council to construct the Obajana-Kaba Road.
Yeah. First of all, I will explain the reasons why concrete roads are being constructed globally. Because a concrete road has a life of 40 years vis-a-vis an asphalt road, which has 10 years life. Number two, it's the maintenance free, because in asphalt road you get potholes, and you can see during the rainy season there is a traffic jam and go slow all over the place because of the potholes. Whereas a concrete road is practically maintenance free, irrespective of the weather, whether there is heavy rain, whether there is high temperature, the road doesn't get damaged. And like in Nigeria and many other countries where you have heavy oil spills, leakages from vehicles, it will actually affect the asphalt road. This doesn't happen. And number three, you have 15 to 20% fuel savings when you have a concrete road compared to asphalt road. The vehicle's fuel consumption becomes less. So obviously it becomes a greener investment because it is more environmental friendly, because it consumes less fuel. And even the manufacture of asphalt, the consumption of the gas emissions is comparable to that of cement manufacturing. So it's more environmental friendly. And apart from that, if you see the street lights, because of the higher reflectance value, it consumes less power. So primarily, concrete road has a lot of benefits. But coming back to what we are trying to do, to begin with, in between Ibeshe, our cement plant where we have in Ibeshe, to Ilaro, we did a 12-kilometer stretch of concrete road, totally free, and the road is doing well. Then the state government approached us to ask whether we can do a longer stretch of road. So we did a stretch now from between Ibeshe to Itori, which is going to be commissioned by His Excellency the Executive Governor of Ogun State on Friday. It is a 24-kilometer stretch of road, which again we invested from Dangote Cement as a corporate social responsibility, and we have constructed it free of cost to the government.
Oh, so that's the corporate social responsibility aspect.
But now coming to the Obajana-Kaba Road, which is did. First of all, we approached the government to see whether we can do it under PPP. And we have been exploring this avenue for the past several years. And this has been on the plate for almost 5 years or so. Finally, I saw the announcement that, okay, Dangote got a job to execute, and also Dangote got, it went to the Federal Executive Council, and we got some duty, a tax concession, which is not the true picture. First of all, to build this road, the government has gone out for bidding in the previous government, and they got quotes around $17.5 billion. Sorry, 17.5 billion naira. We came forward and said, okay, we can do this road at 11.5 billion naira. So we put it in writing that we can construct this road at 11.5 as against the commercial quote you have for 17.5. It went through the process. Finally, the government said, fine, we can understand how much you're going to spend, but we can give you the job to do at 7.5 billion naira. Fine, the 7.5 billion naira, even what they are approving, how am I going to recoup the money? They said, okay, you can recoup the money against the taxes this company is going to pay, and not at one lot. We'll allow you to recover the money at 30% over a period of time till the money is recovered. So to begin with, I'm doing the road at 11.5 billion against the commercial quote of 17.5, and the government is going to allow me to, or return to me only 7.5 as against the 11.5 billion naira I'm going to spend. And even this amount is going to be spread over a period of time by way of adjusting
Sorry,
against the taxes.
Mr. Edwin, to jump in here, but you see, there's been, of course, a series of reports, complaints from people who live in those communities that these roads weren't so bad until Dangote Cement started operating in those areas, Obajana, for instance, and even Ibeshe, as you're talking about. So, did it have to take you getting a concession with the government to go ahead and construct these roads just to ensure that the socio-economic well-being of these people in these areas was taken care of? Or you could easily have gone ahead and done a corporate social responsibility of it.
I can give you 2 points as an answer. Number one, if the activity of Dangote Cement has caused this deterioration of the stretch of road, then in Nigeria, you should be having very good roads in the rest of the country, including within the Lagos city. I'm sure nobody, including your good self, would agree to that. The condition of the roads all over Nigeria are bad. So it is not that particular stretch. So you cannot say that because of the activity of Obajana, this stretch of road has gone bad. Number two, even if you see the Obajana cement, there is a road which is leading from Obajana on the left side towards Lokoja, towards Okine, which is the primary route through which cement is evacuated. The other side goes to Kaba and Ilorin, because that route is mostly fed from cement from Lafarge and from our Ibeshe cement plant. And we normally cater to this road because it goes to the entire northern region, south-south and southeast. And if you see this road, that road is in good condition.
So you talked about the Ibeshe Itori Road, which will be commissioned this week. But for the Obajano, Kaba, Ilorin stretch, how soon will work start on it, or has work already started there?
No, once we have the papers on hand, we can guess it's a federal road. Yes, we saw the announcement which has come, so we have to have the approval in writing to us. Then we'll commence immediately.
It's a 49-kilometer stretch road.
Yeah.
What quantity or amount of cement is going to be used for that stretch?
Well, I don't have the exact quantity of cement of it. The cement consumption is not that large. But if you see today, if you want to go for an asphalt road, there is no bitumen available locally. You have to import. And for importation, the dollars are not available. Cement is available in plenty, not only from us, from all the other manufacturers. So apart from all the benefits you derive in terms of durability, maintenance-free, less fuel consumption, even today there is no other alternative. Because if you want to import, you have to look for dollars.
Okay, so taking a look at that particular project, even though you're still waiting for confirmation and clarity from the government, what timeline are you, is the group giving itself to ensure that that road is completed to serve the company and, of course, Nigerians?
Well, we are setting for ourselves a very fast target of 1 year. And even if you see the Itori Road, nobody has done a concrete road of that length, more than 24 kilometers within this short period. And we believe that because we are using special equipment, it is a fully automatic concrete road paver, which can do about 1.2 to 1.3 kilometers a day. So we are setting ourselves a target, but we will be able to even deliver it much faster.
Yeah, but then is the government, you talked about the incentives. Was it only for cement with regards to this particular project? But then there's also been, talk that, incentives and waivers were also given with regards to rice production as well.
To give a little bit clarification, as I said, I'm not getting incentive. I'm getting only retired. I'm being retired half my money over a period of year. Coming back to the rice project which you mentioned, first of all, there was no waiver given to Dangote Group. The former Minister for Agriculture, as everybody knows, had a vision how to develop the agricultural sector in the country. So one of his areas of focus was investment on rice. He said, why Nigeria is importing almost up to 2 million tons of rice when it could be grown locally? We have the arable land, we have the water, and the climate is suitable for growing rice. So he drafted a policy that those who are already having interest in investments, who have made investments in rice farming, and those who have an intention, like those who have done a feasibility study, those who have acquired the land, these are the companies who will be given a quota for importing rice into the country. So he listed out 19 companies who already had either made investments or who had shown evidence of investments, proposed investments to import rice. So he gave the quota over 19 companies. And Dangote was one among the 19, and we were not even the company having the largest quota. And it was not duty-free. It had a 10% duty, 20% levy, so totally 30% of duty and levy was there. And some of the companies in those 19 companies, in the list of 19 companies, were more focused on trading. So they not only exhausted their full quota, they even brought more than their quota. So in the subsequent year, the minister went and imposed a 40% additional levy on those companies because they exceeded their quota. Whereas Dangote Group, we had a quota of 116,000 and we brought only 40,000 against our quota of 116,000. Then the next point, why did we even bring in 40,000 tons of rice? As you may be aware, Dangote Group was one of the largest importers of rice and sugar prior to 2010, 2012, 2002. Because before we entered massively into manufacturing, we were traders and we were bringing massively rice and sugar. But we completely quit this trading business. Totally we had stopped with no vegetable oil, no rice, no sugar. But we went in primarily because, as we said, we had a massive plan to invest in agriculture. We wanted to produce up to 600,000 tons of rice. So if you want to invest in agriculture, we have to maximize our return. We have to bring in varieties of rice, which has a short crop duration, so we can go for multiple crop. The varieties should be pest resistant to the local pests, and the yield per hectare of those varieties should be high. And so for that, we wanted to test market. But if we go and bring in a rice which can give good yield, good short duration, and pest resistant, but if that rice taste and flavor is not acceptable to the local population, you are finished. So we brought in different varieties of rice to test market. So that is why we brought small quantities. But at the last point is we were the ones who raised an alarm in February 2015 to the minister that there is rampant smuggling of rice into the country. And if the government doesn't take care of this, the whole business of investment in agriculture will collapse. The Republic of Benin, which has a population less than the Lagos state, imported 2 million tons of rice in that year, 2013-2014, almost 8 times what the government of Nigeria allowed us to import. So you can see the smuggling coming in and destroying the business. That is why we have even gone slower. Otherwise, by now, we would have also started producing our own rice.
Mr. Edwin, thank you so much for coming on the program this morning.
Thank you very much, madam. Thank you.
Business Morning continues in just a moment. We're talking about the numbers and taking a look at the markets in June. Wale Olusi joins me after now. Stay with us.